Yeah, I think it's a better chance for the side of 5 men this time because they have these this very straight up ways to stall the game out too for this carry for the Spectre to come online, right? They have Veno, ET. That's stall. That's some of the best stalling heroes. So Spectre can get fat, but they're playing versus a TB who's good versus Spectre. So maybe if he does get fat anyway, the Spectre's also, or sorry, the other way around. The TB is going to be fat anyway, even if the Spectre is fat. So Arteezy should have a good matchup, even if the Spectre does get a lot of farm.
All right. Well, we already talked about what the odds are. We're about to actually jump into the game. Some people maybe will be putting their money on the underdog, even though we do see EG being more favored, but I'm going to throw it down to the casters because I know Kyle has never hesitated to throw money at 5 men ever before.
Thank you very much, Rich, for that lovely passover. Odie Pixley joined by Carl, ready for game 2 of EG versus 5 men. And the panel sort of saying they feel that 5 men's got a bit of a better shot this time around with the draft. Would you agree, or do you think we're going to see similar struggles as game 1?
I think it's going to be more of the same. I'd have to say that EG are once again favored, not just because I think they're the better team, but because I think they've got the best draft. I do expect to see Furion on the mid lane, and if it's anything like the other Furion mids that I've seen, I think he will dumpster this puck. And once again, the mag, the ET, it's cool. It just feels like 5 men again. They're missing that critical piece of the puzzle. Just who goes and kills people. I know mag can do it in theory, but that's not, you want something else to be your front line. This is a 4 position mag, rather.
It is. Yeah.
Another 2 melee setup as well.
Yeah, they did struggle with it in game 1. This time, a little bit different, right? There's not necessarily a hero like the Venos sort of making it very hard to get into the fight, so yeah, it may be more of a shot for heroes like Misery's Magnus to be able to get something done. Of course, 5 men themselves being the ones to grab the Veno this time around in the draft. And in terms of lanes, it is actually going to be EG sending the Tiny to mid lane. Oh. So we're going to get to see a GPK Tiny this game. Misery. Screw away here. He will still fall. That's going to be first blood there for Crit.
Let us skirmish.
I actually really like that decision. Tiny against Puck is pretty Tiny favored. And throughout the game, you're going to threaten kills on Chessie effectively all the time. Same with the ET. You want to just go straight for these guys, and GPK now can play more of this playmaker. And if you look at the EG lineup, it's a very flexible 4 protect 1, where you're going to still be able to put out enough pressure even without Arteezy's TB to take towers in the early game.
We'll see, yeah. So the lane set up with Ramses starting bottom as that Prophet, and then top Arteezy. He's going to have to deal with the pressure at the Veno lane, but obviously having the backup of Fly, and have that constant save with the Shadow Word, keeping Arteezy in good position to stay strong in that lane.
Yeah, and bottom, it's a Furion Pango versus Mag Spectre. This is not a good lane for 5 men.
I mean, it's a tough game all round, as the panel touched upon, right, for this Spectre. There's a lot of timings in this game that just don't feel good for a Spectre. Yeah. You are playing against a Terrorblade, one of the, if not the best carry response hero to play against a Spectre, right?
It kind of goes both ways.
You feel, I don't know.
Well, okay,
really?
I go back to TI, TI 8 finals, where TB was constantly getting first 2'd by LGD, and OG were very confident playing Spectre into it.
I mean, that was a long time ago, Carl.
That's true.
Things have changed. Chessie, mid lane, will go down there. GPK,
I don't know.
Chessie's got to keep his cool. He may have sort of got shaken off his game after that mid game from game 1. He's got to bring it back together. He cannot allow deaths like that to happen in that mid lane.
You say things have changed, but I seem to recall many instances going down exactly like that one did in the mid lane in my past. Top lane, they're going to get some initiation. Pilot Eye's got a big spirit.
It's going to come in on a good few punches here to Arteezy. Arteezy will turn though, and this bonds from Flyers. You're doing quite a lot of damage here, Zibbe. Just got to be careful, getting quite low.
Back to the Spectre versus TB. The thing is, you can get on top of the Terrorblade. So as long as you
but then the Terrorblade's like, meta, bye, thank you for getting on top of me.
True. Yeah. It goes both ways.
Okay, we'll say
that's all.
Okay.
It is definitely, I think, in this game, the way it's played, you have an Elder Titan, though, against the Terrorblade. So that's always a huge advantage. You can remove all of his armor later on in the game. And with luck, set up your Puck for success. But with that death, Chessie's already going to be in some trouble. And bottom, as we discussed, I'm actually surprised that Spectre's CSing so well. Ace already up to 13-1. But this tree pressure from Ramses is going to get frustrating.
Yeah, Ace not struggling too much at all. I mean, at the end of the day, in lane, he's a Spectre, right? He's going to have the dispersion. You've got very good base HP regen. You are a hero kitted out to deal with the harass of whatever sort of lane is thrown against you.
Good thing we caught Pilot Eye's death just in time there as he sacrificed himself to the tier 2 tower.
Looked intentional.
Don't want to miss him getting onto the scoreboard early.
Now 3-0 here for EG to start things off.
Yeah, pretty standard lanes so far. I mean, top lane, you're going to apply pressure as 5 men, but realistically, as you said, you're not going to kill Terrorblade if he's getting spam healed by Fly's Warlock, and it's real cool how it feels like this meta is just kind of taking us back 3 years' time. And this is just vintage OG Fly. First the Wyvern, now the Warlock. Next we'll see him on Dazzle again.
Oh no, I mean, I'm sure we'll see that hero come out. Maybe not quite as hot of a pick as it has been in the past, but yeah, Fly definitely a man to still bring that one out.
Poor Chessie, man. Giving the Arcane Rune spawning for GPK with the bottle, and now he's just gonna deal some damage for free.
Has to be careful dancing around GPK like that. Any sort of chance for the combo will make it very hard for the puck to jaunt away.
Poor Misery. They're trying to pull, but like Crit very easily gonna be able to stop this. And this is the trouble with the Mag as a safe lane support. You know, what is he doing here? He's being
a bit of a meat shield, you know. But I'm not saying that he's certainly taking quite a bit of damage as Ramses nearly brings him down. Misery getting forced right back there from the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, CS is certainly even, but you gotta figure that this bottom lane for 5 men has used at least 3 extra salves. That's a lot of gold going the way. Pilot Eye.
Look at the Gale in on him, and Pied did build up a fair bit of damage. They've got the rotation as well from Chessie jumping in. Excellent move from the puck. Chessie comes in and takes down Arteezy very early on. Same time down bottom. Ace feeling the heat of Crit and Ramses. Another proc there off the passive from Crit will set up for that kill. They're going to try and dive in a bit more for this, but the tower starting to take hits onto Crit. He'll back away. Yep. So both carries going down.
Really nice move there from Chessie. You don't want to sit mid against a Tiny with an Arcane Rune. It's just a recipe for disaster. You might die or at least get forced out of lane. Instead, just go get a kill, come back, collect the creeps.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But yeah, it's not going to change the lane equilibrium up top is the only concern. Still in some trouble. This TV is going to continue to free farm. Oh, mid.
I'm going to try for Chessie, but Chessie from the orb up. We'll drop the coil as well just to stop anyone from chasing him around the tree line. Let's keep Chessie safe. He's going to look for the 6-minute rune. Pie's going to be there to guard it for him, but he's going to get unlucky with the spawn. Will end up being down bottom. So GPK is going to be able to get the bottle refilled for the second time.
That's so frustrating. You would have had a full bottle, a regen rune. Instead, he's going to be at just 2 spells remaining with no coil. Now half HP. Suddenly, he's forced off lane.
Yeah.
I've said this for years now, it feels, but we added 4 bounties. Can we please give some sort of consolation prize to the person that loses the rune guess? I don't care if it's just like a rusty spoon. Something that gives bottle charges. Please, Frog.
Oh, mid, Pie. It's going to be fine this time around. GPK not quite with the tools to take him back once more. Misery actually heading into the river.
Chessie?
As soon as he shows, just having to jump back here. The stomp from Pie won't catch anyone. Misery. Looks a skew at GPK. Power's now down. Misery will die for this one. Chessie tries to poke back at Crit, but not much more he can do as Chessie again just having to get away from EG here as EG, they get what they came for 7 minutes in, and 5 men are losing their mid-tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and it's just great rotation and awareness there. Ramses just coming mid immediately as this catapult comes up. They fully rotate around, and GPA, they just keep the catapult alive, the offensive glyph to keep that cat. It's been now 2 minutes and 15 seconds, this catapult on the field, and Arteezy, meanwhile, makes sure he's not a target in the safe lane. He's been jungling. Really concerned about the puck. You last picked this hero. It's Wi-Fi was a little wishy-washy on it. And yeah, it does what you need it to do, but the problem is this hero kind of needs to be snowballing hard to be effective. And right now, it's like, how do you get back into this game? This is your 22-pick hero.
I mean, do you think maybe 5 men sort of tunnel vision with the idea that, hey, we're going to go mid against this Pango, Chessie's going to have a really good time. Oh, wait, they can actually switch things around. What do we do now?
That's the benefit of the time. That's why EG has always and forever been willing to first to this hero. They've been consistently able to play it on multiple core positions, and it's arguably Crit's best hero.
Top lane. Ace is going to come in with the horn. TP's going to come in to try and help out Fly, but Fly He'll still fall there.
Radiant
So
structures are
5 men able to start to get something for Ace. It is a kill. It is just a support kill, though. They'll be able to transition it into this tower push, but of course at the same time, EG will take the tower down on the bottom lane. So still struggling to really find a play that gets them back in line with EG.
Radiant's bottom tower.
2 towers, 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. That is so solid from EG. They're gonna likely seed top, but it's just so much more time required from 5 men to get these objectives. Ace does claim the last hit, though. It's a nice infusion of gold into his purse, but still the top 3 on the charts, all belonging to North American players.
Certainly is so far. I mean, I believe it, yeah. 3K lead indeed, and Tip starting to come.
That's what I like to see. And now this...
having a bit of a poke.
This, I will say that there are a few players, much like in Pokemon, that are, well, that's the wrong way to go at it. Chat wheel all is super effective against certain players in the game of Dota 2.
Who is most susceptible to chat wheel plays in this game, would you say?
Probably Misery.
Okay.
Probably Misery. I don't think he'll take too kindly to that. I can hear the angry sigh and a slight nudge of the desk with his fist.
Okay, so you're saying he's sort of the Charizard to EG's Surf.
Correct. And if I'm Ramses, cowabunga, baby. Keep it coming.
The Hydra Pulse is coming out. See what they can do as they maybe looking to try and fight into EG here on the high ground. EG, again, they're just not walking into any of these traps. They're going to stick around and try for the rune. Chessie will be able to grab it. Picks it up, gets away. GPK.
Oh my
the high
God.
ground, though, is going to look towards Pi. I'm going to be able to find him fully with the toss and the tree toss. Pi will manage to get out Chessie. We'll go for the dream call onto the 2 of them. Step back for GPK as he opts to snap in. And will attempt to escape. Crit will go down, but GPK able to live there. Didn't look like Misery was able to quite commit with the RP onto GPK. Would have potentially got them that kill on Tiny if wasn't able to.
That's the trouble with this Magnus hero, especially playing as a support role. It's just, you're an Empower bot, and unfortunately it's for a Spectre. You know, if this was a Troll or maybe a Jug, as we've seen Nigma do in the past with GH just babysitting Miracle throughout, it makes a lot more sense because it's a Flash Farmer sort of built for this Empower, whereas Spectre, you're not the same style of hero at all. You're not somebody that's going to go clear Ancient stacks, you know, 9-10 minutes into a game. So it's less of a steroid and more of a Nutri-Drain bar. And meanwhile, EG, even though they've only got the 3 kills on the board, it's still 3K and they've got map control and they're going to continue to tighten this noose.
Was that intentional?
Ramsey's rushing the Orchid, expected against the puck, but he might be caught here. They're going to find him.
I'll see if the 2 of them can do it. He's decently tanky. That ward down on them, giving them all the information that he needs. They'll be able to take it away. Does of course mean that Ramses is safe and sound here. Pi not able to grab him with the stomp. EG just, I mean, we saw in game 1 the frustrations and the struggles of 5 men to be actually able to make a move against EG. EG just seemingly having an excellent read on this team and the way that 5 men are trying to play against them.
Tower is under attack.
It's just, you're in this spot where not much you can do as 5 men. Look at your course. It's just Puck that's really able to get offensive, but who's he supposed to target? Not a TP illusion. That was not ideal, but yeah, you've got a Furion, he's not on map. Arteezy, he's not on map. It's just the Tiny of GPK, who's got 1 billion armor and HP. He's not a real target for you. And you're in 6th place on the net worth.
Yes. Yeah, someone's got to sort of calm Chessie down. They've got to get him leading some plays. So this sort of play is just not going to cut it against EG.
I thought Pilot had just gotten himself blocked.
Chessie. Oh, the nature's wrath from Ramses. Coming in with a perfect bounce to push Chessie out of the game yet again.
Yep, this was one of my favorite combinations when I was still a player. You got the Tiny for the burst damage, the Furion ulti to finish it off, and once you get that kill, because of the Furion factor, you can immediately have a creep army ready to go push a tower. Add into the fact you've got the Pango for that extra burst damage in the swashbuckle. It's going to be a really tough puck game, and it's not going to get any easier. Yeah, you've got a Vessel up on Zibe, but how does that change your game right now? Relatively ineffective. And I love this build from Fly. Always go for the 2-2-2. All of your spells double in effectiveness, effectively, with the exception of maybe Fatal Bonds, but you always want to get that extra point, so it always hits Creep Wave plus Hero. However, 2 points upheaval, super value. Takes the slow percentage tick from 7 to 14%. Just 3-4 seconds, suddenly everybody is in the swamp. We know how that ended up for the Mammoths. It's equally effective in Dota.
Rough times. Times indeed as Pylai die, you know, catch him there going down and again. It certainly does feel like the beginning of another bit of a painful one for 5 men.
Ideally, you want to be able to play more aggressive with this draft. It's about map control. Making moves as 4 Spectre haunts in. Oh no.
And in the river. Ramses just comes in, shuts Chessie right up with that Orchid.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under
GPK, I mean, there's 4 heroes looking towards him, he doesn't care. Turns around, Avalanche out. 5 men just cannot do anything.
EG, even though they're ahead, you notice they're not willing to enter this high ground. #1 rule of Dota, do not walk up the high ground with no vision. A notable artist made a song about that very concept. But more importantly, you realize, look, we have no real ability, even with this lead, to just dive uphill into a Veno ward, into the Mag RP, into the ET. It's just suicide. There's no reason to do it. Keep doing this. Find pickoffs, get Orchid pickoffs. Tiny has a blink. Chessie has effectively no game because he's threatened by 2 cores. How is he supposed to play aggressively as he would want to? Cutting top wave, pushing aggressively on the enemy side of the river. It's just not possible. And with kills, immediately, bottom lane, towers. Yeah.
EG just continue to break them apart. We just think that these sort of pickoffs just effortlessly happening in situations that we're not even ready for them. Just suddenly, Misery's dead, Pylai dies dead. We will catch a replay, I believe, of Misery's death hit as GPK quick with the combo.
The walk away. Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. He knew he had that kill. Detonation.
Again?
Poor Chessie, man.
Chessie is... It's been a rough series for him. It's that they have just bullied Chessie just down to a point where he's just totally out of it. He cannot do anything. Game 1, his quap, EG just destroyed it, and here in Game 2, the same treatment being given to his puck.
Chessie, the quap and the puck, 2 staples of his hero repertoire for some time, but he's had difficulties expanding it. It's similar in a way to Limp, like both players came in, we're Han boys. We've got our superheroes. The trouble is, oh no.
GPK is just, he's on a roll right now. Finding every single setup that he can. Crip,
Misery
even gonna roll across, look over towards Misery. He's just gonna pop the horn. Maybe they could get GPK. They do catch him with the ET ult. They'll be able to bring down the Tiny. Fly drops the ult onto the 2 of them. Chessie with the coil, holding the 3 of them up in the high ground. The Stomp as well, catching all 4, puts them to sleep. So 5 men, they get GPK. This is the biggest play they've had so far this series. It's might not do anything, but they killed it.
I think Tiny suffered there from that increased hitbox after growth. I don't actually know if that's a thing, but I'm going to pretend that it is, because he was so close to the edge of the range of that Earth Splitter. Otherwise, I think GPK lives, and maybe they even force a turnaround. That rock, unfortunately, going awry as they just coil and get the hell out of there. But yeah, this is the trouble with these heroes like Puck, with like Quap. You're not really able to make plays and have the game you want to play unless you're snowballing, and it's just so difficult to do that against a coordinated team like EG. You're not a real hero when your mid tower dies at 7.5 minutes. You need more levels, you need more farm before you can get involved, and you're forced to exit the laning stage early when EG puts such an emphasis on taking down your tier 1s on those catapult waves.
And in terms of towers, I mean, we saw an example of it earlier on when they were up on that tier 1 top. When it comes down to 5 men's lineup, who's hitting the buildings? Who's pushing? How are you taking towers with these heroes?
Venomancer, I guess. You place the wards.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, I guess. And eventually, the tower might fall. As you can see, just only one tier 1 falling on EG's half of the map. 5 men just unable to push in onto any objective. GPK with another catch. Keeping his game very good and strong here. 7-1 and 2. There's actually going to be a buyback from Pi.
Crit's coming.
The ult from Pi. Not doing anything at all. I mean, Chessie gets the call onto the 3 of them, but RTZ's ready to turn up. He walks over to the fight, pops the meta. The sleep from Pi does hold back RTZ's TB for a moment, but a blink forward for GPK gets the vision to set RTZ up for a second kill, and it's a rough one. I mean, this was always going to be a tough matchup, 4 or 5 men. Sure, EG stepping up today, showing what they can do with GPK. You know, maybe people didn't know what to expect, but I think anyone that knew what GPK was capable of, they knew that GPK was going to fall pretty seamlessly into this squad, into this lineup, and you are going to have to expect some very high-level performances from this team.
For sure. I mean, I thought you were talking about RTZ. Who would have thought Game 1, Naga Siren. Game 2, Terrorblade. There's just nothing you can do to prepare. The man came to this tournament ready, and to your point, GPK, he effectively just plugs himself right into that same hole of Benjamin filling. It's the same thing. Enable the playmaker. I again point to the guy in my view who's been the star of both these games, Crit, always making plays, years of dominance as a near unparalleled 4 position. A's coming in, but
the horn, but it's a little bit spooky. But EG, they're not afraid of ghosts. Misery does go for the RP into his own death. The coil's out onto the 3 of them, but there's no follow-up.
They got Fly.
They did small gains, but very large losses continue for 5 men. 11k lead for EG.
Oh my god, he's level 15 at not even 20 minutes on GPK. Like, the whole side of EG is just so over-leveled. I think a big part of that just because they've been able to play so much more of the map. Ace does have a Manta, but who's he kill? I guess he can get Fly every time.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much sort of been the move, really, Haunt, and at least make sure that his scoreboard starts to look a bit okay at the end.
Met up in 30, DD now bottled, courtesy of GPK for Artur, as they look to go push another tower. Essence ring for Ace, that'll be nice. But who gets that? Chassis on the puck, that'll keep him alive for a couple more ticks, but that's about it. And the full damage build on the Fury. And man, this hero is so good. His talents are OP. He can lane anywhere and be a support. It is such a insane hero. I expect we'll see it much more often in this first 2 phase.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the top hero at the moment. I mean, in terms of just roles and ways you can play it. As you say, regardless of the game, it always feels like if you are a top tier player, you're going to be able to find somewhere to get farm. And very rarely do you see Furians not in the top 3, even in a game where that team may be losing.
The Fury and Tiny was by far the most picked opener that we had back in Complexity, and it's because you can effectively put it anywhere, on any role. It'll always be good, and the heroes naturally complement each other. And EG now with the DDR, he's got the Aegis. They're just going and knocking on the door. What are you supposed to do here, 5 men? And what do you do?
How do you stop this push from RTZ? That's tier 3 going down. Quick side step off the stop from Pi.
Radiant's bottom
tower's gone. Stepping up to the high ground.
Positioning. Look at his range. How do you fight him? If you get onto RTZ, that means the rest of the side is a perfect opportunity to just crush you in the corner. That's a Rax. All right.
Nothing to be done. Nothing can be done here by 5 men.
In this time, Ace, with all of that time that EG spent pushing, taking tier 2, taking tier 3, taking Rax, Ace wasn't even able to get top lane into the tier 2 tower because he's playing Spectre, and unfortunately that's how it works. But wait.
RP and a Horn. Coil as well. 3 ults here for GPK. Is it enough? It looks like it will be. Oh, he's giving them the juice with the avalanche. Some lovely moves. Crit's coming in with the backup. GPK does still go down. They do manage to kill him off.
Where's the team?
Chessie, I mean, he's also chasing in for Crit.
Team?
Now we're going to start seeing some TPs coming from EG as they're baiting them into a deeper point. GPK actually buying back, and this was the plan all along by the looks of it from EG, the good old debate. As GPK buys back, and they'll punish 5 men straight away for their aggressive dive, knowing with all those ults used by 5 men, there's very little they can do to fire on into this. And Jesse tries to hide, he's got the orb out to the side. GPK, can he chase on for this? Blinks forward, Jesse's able to get the blink out in time.
He's going for it.
Ramsey's trying to play for the TP in to block him off. Will find him with the silence. Jesse has been sprouted up and controlled. Ramsey's reads his movements perfectly. As, I mean, even then, right, where to us as scrubs, we're like, where's EG? Why aren't they backing him up? Well, it's because they want 5 men to dive a tier 1 tower and then they'll kill them all.
And you gotta wonder, 5 men, you know, they've been probably focusing a lot on the other teams in the tournament, their scrim results, etc. But what if they paid more attention to the pubs? Arteezy, he's been spamming the Naga Siren. He's been spamming the Terrorblade. I feel like they would have potentially prepared better were they more aware.
And here we have it. That Terrorblade leading the charge up to the high ground. Misery. Let's go back onto Arteezy, but still, Arteezy with the Aegis with Sunder. And with the full backup of the squad, EG smoked up behind him. Ready for anyone to jump in.
Meta right off cooldown. Time to go. No rock, but still strong.
Oh, they're going to go in, try burst, and they will be able to do it. Burst down Arteezy, it cost Jesse his life. The Aegis is there, Arteezy ready to go for a round 2. Has, of course, lost the meta, though. So that will put a stop to EG's push. A little bit more time here for 5 men.
Yeah, the Hurricane Pike, if it's a BKB, you might just end the game there, but style points and all that, it's quite nice against the Elder Titan as well for the positioning. And EG just in such a strong spot. 16k, the gold lead. And looks like it'll just be a slow bleed. 5 men. What can you do here now? Manta Illusions plus the TB spawn. You just take one wave. You've got super creeps in the bottom, and you just play around mid. You can even see the warding set up to do just that. And again, the initiation for 5 men is Misery on the Magnus, charging forwards. No Blink Tiger, trying to find a kill. These 2 supports, they've both got large objects, but as if anything was proven to me with the advent of ranged weapons, it's that just having sticks in your hands is not gonna cut it when the other team
Is that intentional?
is shooting a bunch of stuff at you. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I don't think 5 men know where they're going here from this position either. As it's continuing to be controlled by EG, even in these moments where they're outside their base, it really feels like they're only able to because EG's allowing it.
Crit, a 5th place in net worth ahead of the 2 enemy cores. It's just Ace, really, who's still in fighting shape and still so much more farm. You got to go for a Yules now on Jesse because you have nothing to deal with this Orchid. But that item, again, it saves you, but EG are past the items we need. They're buying what they need for the team. You've got BKBs to come up soon as well. Vlad's was just finished on Crit, Fly as a Glimmer. Maxed up people, I love it. This is the build right here. 2, 3, 4, 1. I love it. A Solar Crest now? Oh man. This Terrorblade's gonna hit hard. Another DD.
15 seconds and Meta will be ready. Outside, hanging around this tier 2, but I don't know how much 5 men can do out here. If anything, they're just going to have to try and play for those skewers deep into the high ground, up to tier 4s, maybe into the full ults of 5 men's lineup. They'll then have a chance of killing these cores of EG.
Dyer's
This tower slowly going down. I mean, 5 men, they're coming right out here. They really want to try and take a fight in this position, though. I mean, Zippe, he doesn't even get the chance to pop a single spell. As he's out, Jesse also caught by the Rolling Thunder. I mean, that, I don't know what that was. Trying to fight out by that tier 2 tower.
Dyer's middle tower.
I mean, granted, there's not much that they can do from this position that they're in, but being outside of the base just doesn't feel like a great place to be.
Radiant structures are
Looks like EG won't give him much of a choice, though, as they continue the onslaught. Glyph's gonna get forced, but that's still a DD Terrorblade with meta pops, and other than Pylai throwing out stomps, where's the deep push? Toss back. Oh,
Doesn't catch anyone with the skewer. Flies down a little too deep. Pie will fall. It's got the buyback. Offering comes out onto Ace and Zibe. Zibe is blown up. Ace is down as well. There's a buyback available on the Spectre. He will use it. The rest of his team just getting torn apart. Misery goes down. Another third buyback out from them. The coils out of the three of them. They do manage to burst down Crit RP as well. It does catch up easy. They will get him. They're holding. It's a triple kill for Ace. The buybacks weren't down.
Okay.
They managed to push back EG. And the game, it's not going to end. They'll keep it going, Carl. They've managed to hold with those buybacks.
I think the gold lead still increased for EG, but I agree. That could be the start of a comeback. 5 men, maybe getting their 6th wind, second wind.
I mean,
one of the 7.
They didn't lose the barracks. The barracks are still up on that top lane. They're pushing back in on the mid.
Mid tier 1 for your tier 3 tower. That's a decent trade on the second. You got the defusal up soon. The Basher for the Spectre. I will say, at a point, Ace does get real spooky with that Empower buff. And we see right there, if Misery can land these RPs post PKB, they're going to have the damage.
Dire's middle
Elder Titan, I mean, scaling has no problem for 5 men, but they need to buy another 10 to 20 minutes at least.
Sure, now they've got to be very careful with how they lose heroes as buybacks on cooldown.
Holy, he has Greaves and Vlad's on a 4-position Panga.
is under attack.
Oof.
Oh, talk about that man here. They're in onto him. They got the Dream Call onto the turn. They managed to find both of them. As Fly and Crit have been found. RTZ and GPK as well as Ramsey's TPing and are there with backup. Will be Misery going down. Ace, he's got to run. We said these buybacks. Nice little jukes in from Ace. But still they'll find him. In they go with the Rolling Thunder. Metamorphosis pop. They know they take the Spectre out of the game. He's going to have no way of returning. Dead for 100. It was a nice bit of a punch back there when it came to that high ground hold from 5 men, but any time that you're having to invest in the buybacks, it leaves you very vulnerable to being just taken apart once more, and the game's just over.
I love it, because you force the enemy buybacks. Yeah, Fly dies, he immediately buys back. That kill effectively just wastes your ultimates, and now creeps in bottom. You know there's no BB on Spectre, so it's just straight up go end the game. You can get Megas here, but looking at EG and their positioning, maybe you go for Throne?
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, this is sort of the point of the game, you know, 5 men, they've been behind the whole time. They didn't call it, so you know your EG said, okay, we'll make it slow, we'll make it painful. We won't rush the finish.
Disappointed that RTZ tanks the stomp to Manta dodge it. Manta dodges late, has to sit there and question his actions, but of course they will complete Mega Creeps anyway and back away.
It's here again as
Pilot Die doing what he does best, and back to Matt. Roche up.
It's still going. Maybe.
Are scanning.
You know, we need quite a few more of those defenses from 5 men, and for them to be able to happen without the need of buybacks, for them to have any sort of shot here. And as you can see there for Dota Plus, it sort of went past the 100%.
You're gonna need a hell of a stimulus package if you want that graph to start going up. And I just don't think that Ice Frog is going to be as susceptible as J-Pal, and yeah, it's 27k, 3111, just again clean from EG. Nothing really more to say about it. I think that if you look at their drafts specifically, they've that like balance and complexion that you're looking for at this level of Dota 2. And 5 men, again, I'm not sold on this double melee support lineup. It felt like it hurt them in the laning phase, and then they just don't have that defensive team fight, that combo breaker that Fly's been able to provide in both these matches.
Maybe an Aegis snipe from Chessie. Could be pretty high.
It could be.
Is he able to do it though? They're actually sort of teasing with it, EG. They're not committing to finish the Roche yet. Maybe see if they could bait out this move from 5 men around the pit. As Roshan very low. EG just on the high ground, seeing if 5 men do step into this. 5 men, they've got the full lineup ready to go. All ults are available. They've got the team fight. And they find the perfect execution they're going to need. Roshan getting low. They'll look to horn in again. Roshan not quite finished off though. EG back it away once more. Chessie, he's got the core down to Crit. They're going to try and take down the Pango first, but RTZ turns over towards Pilot Eye, feeding him back. Crit will survive, jumps over the swashbuckle, gets the Rolling Thunder up. It's a triple kill for RTZ around the pit. 4 dead on the side of 5 men, and they'll call it. It's a team wipe. Finally, they've had enough. They'll tap out of this one as game 2 goes to EG. The series is theirs, 2-0. Game 1, EG looking to be on fire, and then this second game, it just looked like they're on a totally different level to 5 men.
It really isn't much more to say. When you